What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Popcorn Chicken. We got a banger of a show. Lots to get into in Hollywood. Big announcements, big disappointments, and big birthdays. All the stuff today on Popcorn Chicken. Thank you for joining us. If you're live, if you're listening to us on replay, appreciate it. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new here for weekly news on Hollywood and everything all around it, rumors, you name it. And we'll discuss all that. And I say we because I got to bring in my friend. He is the lime Fanta at your machine in the theaters. You like lime Fanta?
What is with the lime? Why the lime? I'm a classic orange man.
Oh, okay. My bad. You know what? I can't even say anything bad about it because we grew up with that orange.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we did.
It put some hair on our chest.
It made you a man.
It might have been radioactive, but it was damn delicious.
Right around those times when Mountain Dew was claiming to kill off people's boys swimming around.
Do the do. It meant do the dirty.
The amount of men that was consuming Mountain Dew was astronomical.
Dude, I remember first time drinking that. I'm like, what is this thing? It tastes so good, but it feels so bad.
Yeah.
Right? You're like, oh, this is good, but this feels wrong. This shit shouldn't be green. It should not glow in the dark.
It was green. It was smooth. And then the science came out.
Science came out. And then they put Mountain Dew Red Alert. Oh, man. All right. We got a lot of stuff to get into, man. A lot of cool things. I really want to hear your opinions on some of the stuff here. A lot of bombs in the theaters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want to get into all of it. And then obviously the huge news, our main topic of the day, the X-Men director has been found.
Yeah. You were very excited about this when you told me.
Am I?
I could have misread it. I don't know.
We're going to get into that. That'll be our main topic later on today. And then I also have our top 5. So every week we're going to do a top 5, whether it's going to be me or Sheldon. This week I'm doing it. And my top 5 is top 5 Keanu Reeves movies.
Ooh, okay.
So in order from
nice.
I do have some honorable mentions as well because obviously he has a long list of movies that he's done in his career.
He does. Right? He's got a lot of trilogies, quad trilogies up his sleeve too.
So the only rule, I'm glad you mentioned that, is I cannot name all the John Wicks as my top 5. In my top 5. The 5th one's coming, by the way. So it can only be one per IP, right?
Okay. So, that's fair. That's actually really fair. Yeah.
If I didn't do that, then I would have John Wick 1, 2, 3 already on there, right? 4 was but the other 3, could have easily been sneaked into the top 5. But yeah, one IP, one movie per IP. So, all right, let's get into birthdays today.
Yes.
Right, Hollywood birthdays this week in Hollywood. Are you ready, sir?
I am.
Bring
it.
All right. Happy birthday to Paula Abdul.
Whoa, haven't heard that name in a while. She's old.
But you know what? I saw pictures of her a couple of years ago, and she was not that bad.
She's still okay. Okay.
Her claim to fame was the dancing thing. There's a possibility that you would consider it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you would consider.
You would consider
it. Do what you want with that line.
Yeah.
Friends with benefits, whatever you want, right? So do what you want with that line. Paula Abdul. How old is beautiful Paula Abdul?
She's got to be pushing at least 67.
67, you say?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like I remember, like when American Idol was a thing. I think I was in my teens, and she was at least in her 40s. At least, if I'm remembering this correctly. So yeah, she's got to be pushing in. Yeah, 67.
67, you say? Okay. Well, Paula Abdul is 63.
Oh,
how dare you age your older?
I was about 4 years off. 4 years.
Her famous song was "Straight Up." Remember? Straight Up. I'm not gonna sing that song.
Is that her only song?
No, she had other songs. This guy.
But she was a dancer to start with, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like J-Lo.
Well, I'm not even gonna get it there. J-Lo got successful because of Selena, the movie.
And did he?
No, I'm not.
Not gonna comment
I'm
on
not
that.
touching it. I'm not touching it. No matter how many bottles of oil you buy me. Happy birthday to Zoe Zaldana.
Oh, Saldana. Okay.
Zaldana, sorry.
I was like, who's?
I was trying to see if there's a Spanish way to pronounce it. Zaldana. I got to know her from the Mission Impossible movie.
Oh, okay.
This is an older Mission Impossible movie. I think it was like 20 years ago. It was the one he was hanging off the cliff.
Oh, okay. Yes.
That's the one.
Yes.
She was in there. I believe she was in there. I think that was her big break.
My first time seeing her was in Colombiana. Or Columbina? I can't remember what that movie. How to say that movie? Yeah, that was when I first saw her. I was like, okay, hot chick, badass, cool.
I mean, she's just fun. I love her in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Avatar. She's an Avatar, right? She's not really. But
was Avatar her first real big break though?
No. I feel like Mission Impossible was.
Was it?
Well, yeah, she's pretty big right there. I can look IMDb out if you want.
Because I thought after Avatar, she started popping up like everywhere.
Well, I mean, it doesn't hurt, right? You're in one of the biggest grossing movies of all time. I'm sure it doesn't hurt.
Fair.
Oh, what'd you work on? Avatar? Okay, signed. I mean, you put me on the spot here, but I can go find all her movies here.
No, it's all good.
I got it. Don't worry. She was in Good Burger 2. I'm sure you remember that movie.
They made a second one?
She was in Star Trek Beyond.
Right.
Chris Pine.
Right. She was the lover of Mr. Spock at that point.
Yeah. She was in Dirty Deeds.
Oh.
Guess Who?
Okay.
Colombiana is one that you mentioned. Takers, Burning Palms, Book of Life. Yeah, she was in multiple Star Trek movies, obviously.
Yeah.
And obviously the Avengers and all that. Yeah, I mean, she's had some big movies and then she's had some dud movies.
Right.
Amsterdam was not bad.
I don't remember that one.
It's with Ryan Reynolds.
Oh.
No, sorry, not Ryan Reynolds. Christian Bale.
Oh.
Rami Malek. John David Washington.
Okay.
Margaret Robbie.
Oh, that's a big star-studded cast.
Yeah.
Wow.
Taylor Swift. Mike Myers.
Wow. What the hell? Was this like a rom-com?
You've never seen this movie?
No.
Go check it out. It came out like 3 years ago.
Okay.
It's a comedy mystery.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's not the greatest movie she's done, but it's got a star-studded cast, right? So
interesting.
You watch it because of the cast that's on there and see how it implodes.
Oh yeah, the ratings were kind of like eh.
She's in the movie Losers.
I heard of Losers. Yeah.
I've heard of Losers too. But yeah, that's her. It's her birthday. How old is she?
She's like what, 43? 42? I'm gonna say 42.
Okay. Zoe is 47.
Whoa. Okay.
She's older than me.
She's much older than I thought she was. Damn. Okay.
And definitely looks younger than me.
Yeah.
Definitely.
She looks great.
Yeah. That's what millions of dollars do for you. You get the best nutrients. You get an exercise anytime you want. Zero stress. You could be in your hot tub or your pool every day if you want to. Anyone who says money doesn't buy them happiness
in Bollywood, there's no way we'd succeed in Hollywood.
Anyone who says money doesn't buy you happiness, you definitely are broke then.
Still wrong.
You're broke.
Still wrong.
Money can buy you all kinds of happiness.
It brings a lot.
Yes. Helps quite a bit.
Especially in our economy?
Yeah.
Yes.
When you don't have to worry about bills, who cares?
Exactly.
Happy birthday to John Goodman.
Oh.
Still kicking.
That's crazy. I thought he would have gone the way of like John Candy or something. But It's amazing
Well,
that he's still out
the
there.
man totally changed his diet and everything. Lost, I think, over 100 pounds. So
Family Guy's gonna need to do a new skit on that one.
how old is John?
Oh, he's up there, man. I'm thinking like 68.
Have you watched that TV show Righteous Gemstones?
No, not yet. It is on my list. It is on my list.
It just finished. It wrapped up. Like the series finale just came out like a month ago, 2 months ago.
Okay.
4 seasons, I believe it is, or 4 seasons, and it's fantastic.
Interesting.
Fantastic.
And he's big in there, eh?
Well, he's one of the main characters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's the main character. One of the main characters, sorry. But fantastic show. Lots of fun. Lots of laughter on that show. So over the top, ridiculously funny. Just stupid funny.
I felt like
rich people that have way too much money do stupid things. And have stupid sort of like expectations and think the world revolves around them. That's your premise right there.
Okay.
And then you just throw in a whole bunch of comedy in there.
So kind of portraying real life.
Sort of, yeah. It's to do with the Bible Belt churches down in the South.
Oh,
and they spoof hard on them.
Okay, they're basically making fun of mega churches.
Oh man, like nobody's business.
Okay, sick.
Absolutely.
Okay,
double down.
That sounds like it's up my alley.
It's so funny, man. It's so good. You know who actually recommended it to me was D.
Oh,
D recommended it, and then I blew by him by watching it every week. He's still catching up, and he's like, "What the hell? I told you about it, and you're ahead of me already."
How is he so behind on TV shows?
Well, the man has many things going on. He's got projects going on, things like he's a very, very astute gentleman.
Gotcha.
So yeah. How old is John?
Yeah, I'm gonna say he's pushing 68. He's got to be close to 70. So 68.
Okay. John Goodman is 73.
Oh, okay.
So happy birthday to him.
Big man on campus.
We'll do one last one here. I'll end it off with an absolute bombshell of a beauty. Happy birthday to Nicole Kidman.
Yeah. Okay.
Did you hear the story about Jimmy Fallon and her?
No.
So before Jimmy got big time, before the late night show, he was a comedian in on and off TV shows here and there, right?
Right.
He got introduced to her. Somebody, a friend of theirs, introduced the two of them. She went over to his house to hang out with him. And he was too busy playing video games to give a shit about her. And she came on his show years later and said, I thought we were on a date. And you just kind of brushed me off, Jimmy. And Jimmy's like, what? No, I thought we were just like hanging out. I didn't know we were in a date. Nobody told me we were in a date. I had zero idea that you wanted to go out with me. Dude blew it with Nicole Kidman.
How do you... That baffles me. You have one of the most beautiful women in the world sitting next to you, watching you play video games. And it doesn't occur to you to even just try and make a move. Or
dude, throw the video game controller away. You can play video games some other time. Nicole Kidman just walked in, and this is when she was actually popular.
That's crazy that he just brushed her off, and he was a nobody back then.
Yeah. She genuinely wanted to go out with him. But then she said, oh, it looks like he's not interested in me. And then she just...
And then she met Tom. Then she met Tom. And she was like, well, he's pretty close to that Jimmy guy. Maybe they're the same person.
They're the same height. All 5'7".
And then she was so wrong about him.
Oh, man. Yeah, she is an absolute beauty. And she's got that show, right? Still on Apple TV.
Yeah, I heard about that.
I personally, it's not up my alley, but man, she is special in terms of talent, beauty. She's got it all. She's just a genetic marvel, right? So
yeah.
How old is this beautiful woman?
She's probably as old as Tom, I'm assuming. So I'm gonna say 52.
All right, Nicole Kidman is 58.
Oh, damn, she close to 60.
And she looked beautiful.
Damn.
Like I said, genetic marvel, right? There are some people in the world.
Stem cells are working overtime.
There's some people in the world you got to say somebody genetically helped them along the way, right? Because they're just too perfect.
Yeah, she's too good.
They're like in their late 60s and they look like they're still in their 30s.
Yeah,
they have intelligence. They have money. It's just like somebody just went and just made the perfect specimen and brought it to life. That's what it was. It's not fair. It's not fair. Definitely not fair. But yeah, happy birthday to her. Let's do some events, shall we? And one of them actually leads into one of your topics that you're going to bring up in a bit here. This week in Hollywood, Despicable Me came out.
I love that movie.
All-time favorite.
It was a great movie.
When I went to Universal Studios, I immediately gravitated to the Minion section. And in Japan, they have a large area of a Minion universe.
Of course they do.
And I just kept going, manamana.
Because the Minion humor is right up Japanese humor. They into that kind of weird
I just
stuff.
kept yelling randomly, Kevin! Kevin! Yeah, so this week in 2010, dude, that was 15 years ago.
Don't say that.
That's 15 years ago.
Don't say that.
Steve Carell voiced it and produced it. How much money did he make from this movie or this IP? It's got to be north of 100 million easy.
Quite a few, right? What do they do? Like 3 movies of
prequel, spin-offs,
right?
Because they have Despicable Me and then they have Minions.
Yeah,
the 2 different movies.
I think it's kind of rare for IPs like that to really hit home with people, and especially have like a sub character or sub characters that do so well, and they found like their version of Pokemon with Minions.
Yes.
Yeah, like they did a really good job capitalizing on that, which was amazing.
I
don't think I've seen anything blow up like that in a long time.
We need like female Minions with pink coveralls.
Ooh, oh, but then wouldn't we be getting into like Smurf territory at that point?
Why not? It's money.
Oh, that's fair.
You can't tell these shady people are not to spend make more money. They're gonna make more money.
Oh, damn. Yeah, that's fair.
It's just an idea.
Yeah. Okay. Be interesting.
This week in Hollywood, twice we had the Transformers movies drop. We had in 2009 Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. And then in 2014, we had The Age of Extinction. Both movies were absolute dog shit. Michael Bay.
I like the look of the prehistoric dinosaurs of like.
Tread carefully, my friend.
When what they did with the dinosaurs was cool. When they transformed to the robot versions, like their transformed versions, that's where it got lost. That's where it got.
For me, I didn't like the way any of the robots look, including Optimus Prime, because he looked like a Hot Wheel, right, with fires. Yeah. But I was willing to look past that if the story was good.
Fair, that's fair,
right? But the story was just so bad, including the last one with Mark Wahlberg, where he gets the sword of Excalibur and all this stuff.
Right.
It's just like, what are you doing? Like, he's a human being with the sword. What's he gonna do?
Because humans always got to save the day. It's kind of the complaint that people had with Godzilla with the first movie, where they were like, people were like, there was way too much human interaction. We were expecting just to see Godzilla, and I think they did hear that, because the second movie they turned around, that was with King Ghidorah, right? Monster X. Then they made it more monsters, less human interaction, but I really wanted next to no human interaction.
Transformers the same way that you sprinkle in humans here and there.
Yeah.
But you don't make them the center of attention.
Yeah. I don't care about their freaking issues that are going on. I want to know about what the Autobots and Decepticons got going on. You know,
I'm more invested in their history.
yeah,
This long battle that they have played out for a millennia, whatever it is.
yeah.
I just think Michael Bay was the worst director to pick for Transformers because Spielberg, like, this is Hollywood community, right? They go and
Mhm.
bring their own guys in to support them and keep the lineage going,
Yeah,
right? And obviously Spielberg picked Michael Bay because of public connections and like, hey, listen, I'll get you these movies so you can make some millions, right? And
right.
then you pass it on to the next, so on and so on. And Spielberg, when he got, I don't know why Spielberg gets the rights to this, but he should have directed it himself first and then maybe pass it on to Michael Bay because then you could start somewhere.
Yeah, fair enough.
And I thought Michael Bay, the first movie of all the movies that he made, the first movie was the most palatable of all of
Yeah.
the Transformers, where I could sit there and watch and say it's not too bad.
No, because that
Right?
one made sense, right? Like you needed that human element to kind of introduce the Autobots, especially if you're trying to reach a wider audience.
Yeah.
You want the draw. So I agree with you on that. The first movie absolutely, in my opinion, made sense as to how he did it.
Yeah. And then after that, it was just a whole lot of explosions and nothing else. No substance.
Yeah, yeah, just really sad.
Let's do one more here. Let me find a good one for you. Oh, way too many Michael Bay nonsense. Oh, here we go. So in this week in 1975, Jaws was released.
Yeah. Yes.
Speaking of Spielberg,
yes.
I'm trying to get that watch from that movie, and it's sold out. It's been sold out for the last 6 months.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, they keep bringing it back in stock, but this is like sells out, and it's not.
They're
not
doing that juicy limited run bullshit.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's not cheap either. It's not too expensive, but it's not cheap either, and I just can't get it. And I'm like, ah.
What? I don't know if you want to say it online, but what do they?
No, I don't want people to know. But I will get it one day, damn it.
Don't air out the dirty laundry.
People just Google in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Hey, ChatGPT.
Surprisingly, though, some people won't.
They're like, lazy because they're lazy.
Even though it's like right in the palm of their hand.
I hate it when I'm at work. Somebody asks me a question that they can easily Google on their phone in 2 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, seriously? Why are you asking me? Do I look like Google?
That's what it's the same thing when I see some like posting of things and people are like, what do they mean by that? They're like, dude, just Google it. Why do you need the comment section to explain shit to you? I was like, yeah, that's a fair point, man.
It is. I know it sounds like obnoxious and rude and kind of goes against the reason why we have groups, right? But
it honestly, it kind of does. But
like, why did you create this group then if you don't want to share information?
You would just tell me to Google it. Why am I here to talk about this shit? Yeah.
Why am I in this group? What advantages are here?
Oh shit!
But yeah,
fandoms are toxic, man.
They are, man. Some of them are terrible. Try going in a Transformer group. Oh god.
Oh shit!
You'll be put in your place.
What's your favorite movie? Oh, the Transformers one that just came out. What the?
Get this guy out of here! Oh man,
damn.
All right, okay. Let's get into some news from this week. Do you want to go first, or should I?
Yeah, I'll you know what? Since you brought it up, I'll pull up what we got here. It was that last little bit you talked about with Jaws.
I'm
I'm still new to this.
Hit present.
Yes, I got it.
Okay,
I found it.
He hasn't found it.
I'm here. I got this.
I'm here.
There we go. Okay.
Oh, we did it.
I figured it out. I'm a noob, everybody.
Hey, that's Pornhub. No, just kidding.
What? Hey, that's where I get most of my news from nowadays. Man.
So do I.
They're surprisingly
move over, OnlyFans.
But yes, Jaws it's the 50th anniversary, like Elvin has said. But they are making a return to theaters for Labor Day weekend, which is kind of amazing. Now, There hasn't been any word on whether or not Canada is going to be doing the same thing. I feel like if anyone is going to bring it back, it's going to be Cineplex, because they seem to have a wider reach than most. But my question is, why? I mean, I get back in the day it was great. I mean, right now people still love it, but I don't know. Would you go pay to watch it in theaters again?
No,
is my question.
no.
You
They're
know,
not adding any. Are they adding anything? Any additional
no,
footage?
no,
Is
just
it
the movie how it
as a
is, straight up.
remastered? It's remastered, right?
Yeah, it will be like in the HD remastered definition, but they're not adding anything more to it. It's just the movie straight up. There's no like extended edition. Not like what they were doing with Star Wars, which I don't know. I didn't. Did you ever go rewatch the anniversary theater releases?
I wanted to talk about that in one of our later on. We'll talk about it.
Okay, fair enough.
But yeah, no, I have no desire to go spend. I don't know if they're gonna give you some sort of like Jaws bucket that'd have been nice. Like if they really wanted people to come into theaters, they should have done a little bit more prep work.
That I agree. Like if especially if you're celebrating something as big as your 50th anniversary for this franchise, you should be doing something special if you're bringing it back to theaters. Like your ticket should be like, I don't know, blood red or dripping blood. Your popcorn bucket should be his
Who
mouth.
has actual tickets these days?
just make it special in some sort of way. Make it memorable.
They should have given posters away at the theater.
Yes.
They should have had Jaws buckets. Now I don't know if they do or not. I'm not sure. I'm just saying I didn't see anything.
I haven't seen anything yet either.
I haven't seen anything either. So if you're gonna do a 50th anniversary and you want people to come in there, you're milking this money anyways, because it's not like you just made this movie. It's already been made.
Mm-hmm.
It's already been remastered for digital consumption at home. So you're not really doing anything to bring this into the theaters. You're just making free money here.
Yes.
So throw in a bucket because you're gonna make money off that too.
Yes.
They're
Collectors
like
will buy.
$45 to $50 a bucket.
Absolutely.
And it costs like $3 on Temu to get, right?
The Timo plug, man.
Yeah. Be careful. That plastic might not be
by
safe.
Temu.
That plastic might not be safe to hold popcorn.
Yeah, if they're using color red dye 5, you might be screwed.
I don't think it's BPF. So but like they should have done a little bit more than that. Like bucket posters, maybe contests throughout the theaters, like something to celebrate one of the most pivotal movies in terms of sci-fi meeting CGI. CGI was not there, but like it gave a push to go into CGI from practical, right?
Yeah.
Like, they're like, hey, listen, we could probably save a whole lot more money, but doing movies like this if we get into CGI and things like that down the road. But this was such a huge pivotal movie, and it also catapulted Spielberg to like massive stardom.
Yeah.
Right. Where
I also
then
feel like he did something a little different with like the thriller / horror genre as well. Like
of course
it wasn't a supernatural thing. It wasn't like a science lab created thing. This was like nature can really mess with you, and we're gonna show you how.
This was practical, done at its best, and then, like I said, it probably pushed movie companies to start thinking about how do we make these type of movies but save some money. So let's get into CGI technology, things like that. Like it started something massive, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of disappointing that just throwing it in there.
Like if you think, my question for you is like, if they were to make Jaws today, would you prefer it to be this CGI stuff that they're doing, or would you want it to be the practical effects?
I think maybe a bit of both.
Okay.
I think the live, not the live, the shots where you have to have the more realistic shots, you get the practical, because you don't want to see CGI. I mean, I know CGI has gone leaps and bounds now, but we still see movies where CGI is a little bit wonky, and you're like, yeah, that looks pretty shitty. I would like definitely when he's like getting bit, somebody's getting bit close up, definitely want to see practical.
Yes.
Right. And then obviously the water stuff you can have all CGI because it's a lot easier to do than to go and put cameras inside and get practical stuff swim around in water, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I think I would say 70-30. 70 CGI, 30 practical.
Okay, yeah, I'd say that's a good mix.
Yeah,
I'd say that's a good mix. Yeah, so I remember watching that for the first time, and I was like, "Why is there a shark?" I was like, "Is there something special about this shark?"
Well, that
Uh,
that's fantastic. One of my guesses that I had kind of went. Remember how we were guessing the Hollywood movies that might do well in
yeah,
the summer? Kind of picked the wrong one.
yeah, I kind of saw a little bit on that. I was a little, I was honestly a little sad for you. I was a little sad for you
I
because
thought this was happiness for people.
yeah,
But yeah, it bombed hard,
they say
really hard.
why?
It opened at only 21 million domestically.
Damn.
It didn't even hit 50 million.
People just weren't ready for a little Spanish kid talking to aliens, man.
Oh, I didn't even know he was Spanish.
I'm just assuming based off the name Elio. Sounds like Emilio.
I don't know.
Mean, it looked good. I'm curious as to, you know what though, compared to like Thunderbolts, I really did not see a lot of marketing for this film.
For me, I didn't understand. I haven't seen the movie, but from what I see online, people are saying it's woke or it's propaganda or it's agenda driven. I don't know. I haven't seen it. I was just looking at the commercial going, hey, this looks like a fun kids movie.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are saying that there's a lot of things behind it that is trying to push narratives and things like that. I don't know. But I guess it worked because only 21 million. It's a disaster.
Yeah, that's not good, man. That's kind of sad. I mean, again, like for me, I just never saw a lot of marketing on it. There's been a lot of other movies this month that there has been a lot of marketing for, promotional pushes. And I feel like Disney just was like, nah, we're not going to push this one. It's okay.
Yeah, the marketing was terrible on this thing. What also was terrible was production delays, like you're saying here in the article, and director switches. That's never a good thing when the movie has multiple directors.
Oh,
That's a
damn.
recipe for disaster.
Yeah. That's never good because then the messaging gets messed up. The story will get pushed to a different path. And I mean, they were also competing with some bigger names. They were competing with some bigger names, some return to names this week, right?
Visually, this movie looks stunning.
It looked amazing.
It does its job in terms of how good it looks.
Yeah.
But I guess substance was not good enough. Was not even average to get it over the finish line. And obviously, like I just mentioned, multiple directors, that's not a good sign.
No.
That's pretty bad. That sucks.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I know you were looking forward to this.
I just wanted a happy, fun movie to do well once in a while. Right? Well.
I mean, when it comes to streaming, maybe you can give us a short review.
Yeah. I'll definitely talk about it.
Just be like, shit, good, whatever.
Let's get so there's two other movies that dropped this week as well.
Yeah, they were big ones.
28 days. Sorry, 28 years later.
The third film in the series.
Yes.
Starring, what was his name? Aaron Taylor Johnson?
There it is, yeah. 28 years later. It wasn't terrible. People are giving it good reviews. I see an average score of 8 out of 10 kind of thing.
Okay.
And it opened up at 30 million domestically. Biggest opening of its franchise history.
Okay. So a good sign for the franchise.
Now
itself.
Now people are like, well, what's the difference between 21 million and 30 million? Right? It's not that far off from each other. But the cost of making the two movies were way different.
Yes.
It cost a lot more to make that Elio movie than it did to make 28 years later.
because they had an entire team working on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 30 million domestically, not bad.
Yeah. I mean, 28 years later also saved some money, I think, by filming on iPhones.
You were mentioning that, yes.
Yeah. They filmed most of this movie on iPhone 15 Pros and Pro Maxes. And they even developed...
So my 16 is better than what they're filming it in?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's kind of... It's similar to what they did with the F1 movie, which was also filmed with iPhones.
I've yet to see that movie. I've got tickets to see Superman. I've got tickets to go opening day in the daytime.
Nice.
I got tickets. You're working, that's why I didn't ask you.
That's fair.
There's no way you're gonna book off sick, or maybe you would. I don't know.
I can.
You can?
I probably could. I don't know.
Okay, well, we'll talk after then. There might be a chance here. There might be an opportunity. It's gonna be huge.
It's huge.
And then I've got tickets to see with me and you to see it late night Fantastic Four.
Nice.
By the way, I think we're gonna record in the car.
Okay.
Unless it's too hot, then we'll record right outside the car.
Fair.
I'll have a camera with a tripod and light and mics. So
let's hope it's not too warm. Because it's in the middle of July, like near the end of July, and that's when the
we'll just hide in the washroom in the theater, then do it.
just hold up in a stall together. We're getting busted, dog. The cops are being
We'll stand on the toilets. They won't see us at all.
Oh shit.
If they ask us what we're doing, we'll be like, just shaving.
We're shaving what?
Just shaving. Oh, that's an inside joke if you haven't watched Dumb and Dumber.
Oh god.
So yeah, it opened up at 30 million, 28 years later. Another movie, How to Train Your Dragon.
How to Train Your Dragon.
Now, people are saying it's a bust. I disagree.
I do as well.
It made 350 million worldwide
to date from its initial release.
It's on track to be it's on track to become the highest grossing film in the franchise.
That's pretty damn amazing. That's pretty damn amazing. Like their opening weekend, they did 83.7 million.
I mean, I have to look up how much it cost to make. Probably cost about 350 million to make. I'm gonna say around there.
Yeah.
So
that's not a bad guess.
It probably is gonna slow down around 450, I think.
I can see that.
It's not a success, but it's not a failure.
Right? So what I'm finding right now, just to produce it, was about 150 million.
Oh, okay. So I'm way off. Okay.
About 150 million, but that's not including.
Let's say marketing's another 100. So 250.
Yeah.
That's not bad. They already made 100 million.
Yeah. Yeah. So they're going to do way better than what people are predicting, I think.
I don't know if anybody knows this, but the reason why they went back to the well is because this movie is doing another thing secretly behind the scenes.
Oh.
This movie is actually helping Universal get people to go to the new attraction. Universal created a new Monsters and How to Train a Dragon theme park, just came out this year, just finished this year.
Okay.
It's got Harry Potter, Nintendo Land. It's the first.
I remember you mentioning that last time. So
the biggest roller coaster in in a theme park is How to Train Your Dragon.
Okay.
So this movie is to remind people of how great this IP is.
Come to our rides and fly your dragon.
Yes. So that's what it is. It's to bring back this relevance of an IP. Because remember, this movie came out, 8-9 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even longer. But so they need to bring this back, make some money, and then also get the hype going to get people into their new theme park.
You know what would be cool if they did something similar to like how they got with Harry Potter, where you get to choose your own wand, is they give you like a dragon egg at the end of your How to Train Your Dragon tour, and it like hatches into this little stuffy or action figure or whatever of a dragon from the movie. That would be pretty dope. Like Star Wars is doing it with lightsabers. Harry Potter's got. I think they have. Hey, Universal, when you take this idea and run with it, don't forget to pay us. Don't forget to pay us.
Now, I don't know if they're gonna make a sequel to this. They probably will because there's a sequel in the animation.
If it's gonna crush it at the box office, they more than likely will.
Yeah. They're just like, how can we pass up on free money?
And this is probably one of the easier jobs for Gerard Butler to do as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
Yeah.
So we got 3 different movies that came out with 3 different results. Interesting.
Because you expected How to Train Your Dragon to not do so well, right?
Yeah, I just thought that the fluff of it already been out. Like, why would anybody want to go watch the same thing again? The story hasn't changed, or has it?
That's a good question.
I doubt it.
If they didn't, I that would pose as to why it did well. I think because people didn't. That'd be Universal listening to their fans and be like, okay, we won't change the story like everybody else has done with their movies. We'll keep it the same because we know you love it.
And in other news, Clayface, the movie, the villain from Batman, will likely be R-rated.
And that's going to make it better?
Well, supposedly what's gonna make it better is the film will have some commentary on AI and deepfakes.
Oh.
I don't know what the hell that means.
Interesting. Some commentary on deepfakes and AI. Okay. I mean, maybe they're trying to correlate with what Clayface does, and that's transforming things and the lies and habitual shit startedness that he would do. And that's maybe what they're trying to connect with AI and deepfakes. Because AI is pretty much at that point right now.
Yeah. I don't know.
Like we could probably make AI of ourselves and never have to do a show again.
The thought has crossed my mind. Quick news here as well. Big news from Spiderman universe of the MCU. Zendaya and Jacob Batalon, Ned, who plays Ned.
Yeah.
MJ and Ned will reprise their roles.
Oh, they are coming back in this movie?
I don't want them back.
I thought we were going to move on
hate
from
the characters. I just don't want the characters back.
No. Unless they're unless they're going to kill them off somehow, which
I don't want them dead. Like, come on, I don't want them dead.
I don't know, man.
I just feel like it's stupid to have them come back and not know who Peter is.
Yeah.
I know everybody's
he's going to have to reintroduce himself all over again.
Yeah, I don't know. But they're back. You know who's also coming back is John Barenthal joins Tom Holland in Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Oh, how is that going to work though? Because his Punisher was like rated R. And is Spider-Man's a PG-13 movie?
They haven't given the rating yet for it because it hasn't started filming yet.
Interesting. Maybe we get a little bit more of a violent Spider-Man. Maybe because
No Way Home. You know the crazy thing is, it comes out next year summer.
Whoa,
July 31st.
That's quick.
I know. That's crazy quick.
Interesting. And they said that what they're doing with this movie is it's going to be more about Spider-Man wearing, or Peter Parker is going to be his mask, and Spider-Man is actually who he is, right? Interesting. They're trying to make him Batman.
Highlander reboot is underway. Casting has started. Obviously, Henry Cavill as Highlander, but a big actor has joined the cast. Can I guess who?
Is he old?
I'll give you a hint.
Is it a woman?
I'll give you a hint. Are you not entertained?
Whoa, no way. They're bringing in Russell Crowe?
Russell Crowe is coming into the Highlander.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, is he going to play Sean Connery's character? Okay. That's going to be kind of cool to see, I think, man. I think him and Henry would have like really good chemistry on screen.
Yeah,
I
think so
truly
too.
believe it.
I think so too.
And I'm kind of hoping Henry Cavill gets more than 30 lines in one of his own movies for once.
Did you watch that Amazon Roadhouse?
No.
With Jake Gyllenhaal?
No. I saw Conor McGregor in it. I was like, I don't know about this.
Sean Connery and Russell Crowe are both famous drunks. Thanks, Dad.
What up, Ghost?
By the way, package is en route. I dropped it off at the post office on Thursday, so you should arrive. It should arrive sometime this week.
Nice
for you. Dave Bautista is being eyed to play a character in Roadhouse 2.
I'm surprised they're doing a second.
So you didn't see Roadhouse yet?
Not this new one, no.
Oh, go see it. It's stupid funny.
Even with Conor McGregor?
Conor McGregor is the best part in this movie.
Shut up.
He's the worst and the best part of this movie.
Shut up. Seriously?
Yeah. He's just so stupid, but it works. It works.
Okay. Yeah. That's interesting.
There's a scene where him and Jake character are fighting on the boat, right? And he says something stupid. It's in the trailer too. He's like, I'm gonna hit you like 9 different ways, like an octagon. And Jake's like, you don't know shapes, do you? Something like that.
What the hell?
Something like, you don't know shapes. That's not how shape works. Something like that. Something stupid like that. It was funny. But yeah, no, Connor's character is just over the top stupid. And it works. It's a must see for good times.
Even Tav is saying this. Ironically, Roadhouse is actually good until Conor McGregor shows up. He is like,
no, I disagree. I think when he shows up, it goes over the top. It's like when you judo flip somebody over the bar. That's what it is. That's basically what happens when Conor shows up.
Because I've seen the trailers and he's just like
dude, his opening scene is him walking butt naked in the streets. His opening scene to introduce him. Walks butt naked in the streets.
Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah.
He would do that.
Yeah, definitely. I'm telling you, man, it's good times. It's a stupid movie. It's not gonna win any awards, maybe the Razzies 6 times over. But it's just it's just stupid, fun, dumb movie. When I pressed play on my Amazon app, I knew exactly what I'm getting.
Fair. Okay.
This movie is gonna do nothing to help me in my life.
I just want to make me feel like everybody else for one day.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. We gotta save the rec center. This bar must be saved.
Okay.
No matter how much bloodshed and damage we make to the bar.
No matter where you travel and the shit you got to do.
It's funny how they want to save the bar, but the bar gets trashed.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's good times. But yeah, so Dave Bautista is set to play. Is being eyed for a role. It hasn't been confirmed yet. For Roadhouse. I think he'd be cool. I think he'd be pretty fun to watch.
Dave Bautista's grown on me as an actor, honestly.
But a lot of people are turning away from him for his political views.
Oh.
This is what I don't understand with Hollywood actors. Shut up. Don't talk about politics. That's the worst thing you can do.
Like, you're not a politician, man. Just stick to your acting stuff.
Mark Hamill does the same thing too.
Mark Hamill overly, excessively did it. I don't know where it came from all of a sudden.
He's gone like crazy or something.
He just did it out of nowhere. Because he never used to post that kind of stuff before. And then he became political all of a sudden.
If I'm an agent of an actor, I'll be like, listen, I know you have political strong views and stuff like that. Maybe do that after you retire from acting.
Yeah.
Keep this in yourself right now because there's people that are from both sides of the party that come watch your movies.
Mm-hmm.
If you alienate half of them, you're probably not going to be successful for too long.
Yeah, and if he's doing that, then he already has, and that means it's not going to do as well anymore.
And remember, there's studios, there's executives, there's people in power in Hollywood who vote for the other side.
Yep.
As stupid as it sounds, they're probably going to shun away from you and giving you any movies because of your political platform that you're picking, right? So
it's unfortunate.
Just shut up. Just do your movies. Enjoy life. You're making millions. Who cares?
Yeah.
Leave it.
And he was being like a humble actor, doing like smaller roles, working, like building up his resume, working his stuff out, trying to perfect not perfect, but get his craft to be better. Like he, in my opinion, is a much better actor than The Rock. Much better actor.
He's more potential. Yeah,
I feel like he's got more depth than him too.
Yeah,
but
you said
Rock is
I
coming
love.
out with the.
Yeah, I love Dave Bautista. I think he's
Yeah.
fantastic. I love that he's a big dog person too. He rescues a lot of dogs.
I
and
saw that. Yeah,
he's a good human being. I just wish that he just, like, hey, listen, keep your political views to yourselves because you're not going to change people's minds.
No,
right? It's
not
just
at
not
all.
going to happen. Sorry, they don't look
Especially
to
when
you.
they're on one end. When you do stuff like that, it just drives them further to that end.
People don't look at a lot of actors to give them the political understanding.
Yeah,
right. Especially
with normal people don't.
Yeah, there's a lot of podcasts now that do that for you.
Yes.
So
yes.
Anyways, that I don't know if he's gonna get the role on him. Maybe he will. Right.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Do you have any? You have some stuff, right? You have.
Well, we talked about the How to Train Your Dragon thing already.
Yeah.
But I do have some Spider-Man news as well to add on. They just announced that. Do you remember the animated Spider-Man show back in the 90s?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, the greatest, in my opinion, the greatest Spider-Man show that they've done.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they are bringing it back in the form of a 5-shot comic series. They're going to wrap up the end.
It's not animation.
No, so unfortunately, well, maybe they'll do it after the comic book series, depending on how well it sells.
Okay, fair enough.
But where Spider-Man left off, after his journey across the Spider-Verse, and fighting Spider Carnage, Madam Web took him to be like, hey, we're going to go find your Mary Jane. It's going to continue from there. And they said it's going to wrap it up nicely and give everybody the conclusion that they wanted, that we never got as kids watching on Fox Kids or YTV. They're going to bring this to us in a 5-shot. And the first issue, number 1, is dropping in September.
So Spider-Man's going to be gay.
What?
For modern audiences, my friend.
I don't know if they're going to do that. I think they saw the success that X-Men 97 had, and I feel like they can't diverge from that. I feel like they're going to follow what X-Men 97 did and give it a good conclusion.
Okay. Well, I mean, I know D's going to buy the comic books. What does Tav say here? Spider-Man Carnage was awesome. Oh, Spider Carnage was awesome. Original Peter Parker got Uncle Ben to convince him to jump at a sun.
He did.
What?
Yeah. So the way
I'm not familiar with that.
Okay, I would recommend to go and watch it. But what happened, because he couldn't beat Spider Carnage, the Spider-Man that we grew up watching, he couldn't beat him. He was too smart, too strong, and so he did the one thing that no other Spider-Man thought. He brought Ben Parker from this different universe who was alive to come and talk to Spider Carnage and reach out to his humanity. Bigger question for Spider-Man 94. Who is not? That's a great question.
They're gonna do something. They just can't resist.
Yeah,
they cannot resist. And I don't mean any disrespect for anybody from any community. I'm just saying it's just comical now how stupid things are getting. Of why they want to have insert this or insert that in there. They just can't keep anything original to what it was. They have to insert some modern changes just for the sake of it.
Mary Jane's gonna be a man.
She's a trans. That's what's gonna happen. She's a trans. They just can't. They can't help themselves. They have to go meddle with something.
Jesus,
they just have to. Yeah, they just have to. Instead of creating an original story that has a trans person or a gay person, they just want to go and muddle up something that's already existed.
Yeah, fair enough.
Right?
Well,
it's lazy. It's always been lazy.
Like D, I am gonna pick up these comics, so I will find out.
Yeah, let me know if they're gay or not.
I'll give a little review on it afterwards.
Remember that scene? It was Kristen Dunst and Tobey Maguire, where she's kissing him.
Oh, in the rain, upside down.
It's gonna be two dudes.
Those.
Jonah K. Jameson. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. Once again, we're not trying to discourage anybody or insult anybody from the community. We're just saying this is what it is now, right? Let's just slap everything together and look like we're doing something important in life.
Yeah.
That's Hollywood for you.
They don't try to be authentic or genuine with how they do it.
No, they're just late. They want to get the pat on the back. They want to get their
Literally.
accolades for doing something amazing, exclusive, diverse.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they're all phony, fake people. So many of them in Hollywood. It's just pathetic.
It's just like, look at what we're doing. Yeah.
And that's why you're seeing a lot of busts, a lot of shows being canceled or movies dying out.
Yeah.
Because people are getting aware of it and getting sick of it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's like, God, and then they just try to do something properly. Something that I'm really afraid of right now. I was excited for, but I'm concerned now. If I can get the articles here.
This doesn't sound good.
So HBO is doing a Lantern series, right? The Green Lantern series.
Yes.
They're saying it's going to be a buddy cop movie, which I don't have a problem with.
Okay.
I don't have a problem with, but
like Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan are going to be buddy. Yeah. Okay.
I don't have a problem with that, but what they're saying though is it's going to be very grounded and detective style movie or TV show.
Oh.
The director put it's going to be a buddy cop movie and then somebody flies.
But the Green Lanterns aren't like, I mean, I feel like the only person that would be Jon Stewart realistically, but Hal Jordan is not that kind of guy to go out and be like, the killer went this way, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Like, he's not Batman.
He picks up some rock. Yeah, looks like he was here.
Yeah, unless actually, what I can see them doing is getting the rings to do all the work, which would make sense because the rings have that knowledge. They can break things down. It's doable. It is doable, but Hal Jordan's an idiot, and he's not Jon Stewart level of intelligence. So you'll have John be. I feel like Jon Stewart will be the main dude who's going to take the lead in these cases. Hal's going to be like that gusto, get out there, make the first move. It's going to be like John and Murtaugh from freaking Lethal Weapon.
My issue with this was I was expecting more of a galactical adventure.
Are they saying it's going to be all on Earth?
It's grounded. It's on Earth. So my issue is like, why are we having these galactical heroes situated on Earth in a town? It's going to be in a town.
Well, I mean, technically, John. I mean, if we're referencing comics, John and Hal are the protectors of that sector.
But the sector has multiple areas.
True. That is true.
It's a wide spectrum. It's not a small little corner.
Maybe it's not just Earth then. Maybe they're going to other planets, boots to ground. It's a possibility.
Taz says, so a superhero that can construct giant robots and 15 feet hammers is going to solve Agatha Christie's type close room mysteries. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hardy Boys. It's the Hardy Boys.
I'm very worried about this.
I'm gonna come at it with an open mind.
So your glass half full.
Yeah. Yeah, like I can see where they're coming from with this. Like,
do you know how badly I've been clamoring for a Green Lantern movie or TV show?
That'd be good.
Yeah, I badly want this to be successful. But I'm worried when I hear that they're comparing it to Fargo and True Detective. Don't get me wrong, I like those two. But they never had a Green Lantern ring in them.
So is this going to be kind of like a Grizzly sort of movie where
buddy cop? I'm telling you, it's an investigative type of show.
Interesting.
If you're in Old Town, Mississippi or something, some corner or hole in the wall, why do you even need the ring? Pedro Pascal's going to show up, he says, Taff.
Oh shit. You know, that's a good question. If you're a small town, you really don't need a super computer on your hand to like figure out your stuff.
This reeks of them spending less money on the budget.
Yeah, that would make
for
sense.
CGI. That's what
That
it
would
is.
make sense.
How do we make a show without spending too much on a budget? So we'll do a grounded buddy cop in a small town movie or TV show. So we don't have to use the ring every episode.
Cut back on the CGI. Ugh. But that's the whole point.
Then now we're at a CW TV show.
I see what you're okay. I see what you're saying. I see what your concern is now. Okay. The shit. Okay. Yeah.
This is small. This is Smallville and CW now.
Right. Right. Yeah. If they are going to be cutting back like that, then it's like, what's the point of calling it a Green Lantern TV show? We get like little specks here and there of them using their or in like dire situations, but they should be using it throughout.
There is one way it could be saved. This is the beginning of a galactical adventure. It starts here. They're looking for somebody who's more of a bigger scale, like leads to a bigger scale issue.
Leads them off of Earth.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Something here has been stirring trouble, but this is a small piece to the bigger story.
I can see that. Okay. That would make more sense.
That's my positivity cap on.
Right. Okay.
Trying to make sense of it to give me to be interested in the show.
Well, then I would say keep that mentality. And then when you are disappointed, you are ready to rip off on the next time we review it.
But if I see Pedro Pascal show up, I'm out. I just can't do this, man. He's everywhere.
Yeah,
he's
that's
everywhere.
A fair point.
It gets annoying now.
Yeah. I think Fantastic Four is going to be the last thing I see him in. I don't want to see him in anything else.
You're going to see it in a Head and Shoulders commercial next.
Oh, God. Pantene Pro V.
Yeah.
I think it'll be okay. You know what? We should review that. We should review the Green Lantern when it drops.
Yep.
100%. I 100% would think we should do that.
Yep. I'm all in. I'm all in. We'll do that. We do have some other news. So guess what? I finally finished watching yesterday. I don't know what the holdup was. I guess I was busy. I finished watching. What's up? Squid Games.
Whoa.
Season 2. Season 2. I watched season 1 a while ago. Season 2, I left 3 episodes in. I was just not interested.
Fair.
It wasn't doing it for me.
When I heard that they were doing a second season, I was like, why? I was like, this is not needed. I didn't need a second one. I was happy with how it ended.
So season 2, it got better though.
It did. It did.
It's not as good as season 1. It's not.
No, I would say up near the last like 2-3 episodes, it really started popping off. For me, anyway. Yeah.
So I finished it because season 3 starts next week.
Oh, I thought we were still a ways away from that.
No, it comes out next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. I just find it odd that just some regular Joe who like really had nothing going on for him in his life.
He's bum.
Not trained. Yeah, he's not. He's got no special training. He's got no way of like making connections with people. Is going to take down this secret organization that's been built over hundreds of years, probably.
Yeah.
Just because he won some money and has an arsenal on him, he thinks he's going to take it all down. It doesn't sit right with me as a story that some regular Joe is going to be doing this. I could see like somebody that was army trained or Secret Service trained doing this kind of thing, but not a regular Joe. It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll see. He also changed his hairstyle.
He did also change his hairstyle. Yeah.
Hey, when you're getting paid by Acolyte monies, you gotta.
Yeah.
What else is coming out in Hollywood here? There is talks about Wonder Woman. James Gunn said that talks have started about developing a Wonder Woman movie.
Oh, interesting.
No
more Gal Gadot.
No, I thought she was not bad.
I thought she was great as Wonder Woman in the first movie.
Yeah.
And the second movie, I blame the writing on that part.
There is an untitled Marvel Studios movie that will release on December 15th, 2028 in theaters.
Untitled.
2028. Why even announce this?
They're doing too much.
Well, Didn't they just cancel a bunch of movies last year and they announced it a year before that?
Yep. I thought we were trying to water down and focus on quality. Them announcing this is like the video game industry where they announce a game like 5 years before its release, and then it's like, what's the point? Why are we building up 5 years ahead of time?
Popcorn buckets are a thing now, right?
Oh yeah.
So they released the image of the Fantastic Four popcorn bucket. I hope that's his hands.
Looks. Oh, that looks terrible.
I really hope that's his hands.
Oh,
it does look like his hands on the other side, though.
Yeah, but
I've seen Stranger Wolf.
This picture and the angle makes it look like it's coming from somewhere else, man. You think they're gonna replicate the joke that Johnny did from the original Fantastic Four?
Which one was that?
When they were interviewing him and they were like, "So I heard Mr. Fantastic can stretch everything," and he was like, "Well, not everything is stretchable and is not as big as it appears."
I hope they do, but I heard that Johnny is still deciding on what he wants to be.
I don't like that they're doing that to him. He's a character. People love him for a reason.
He's still finding himself, Sheldon. Don't be a bigot.
He doesn't live in that era. He lives in a different time.
Don't you tell us about era.
It's like Mad
Men. Go watch
timeline.
Bridgerton, whatever the hell that show is.
Yeah, I'll go watch Mad Men instead.
Bridgerton. What a con that show is. I'm sorry for all the people that love it. It's popular right now. I hate to break it to you, but minorities weren't dressed up like that in that era.
No, they weren't.
No, they were not in the royal family at all.
No, they weren't.
People need to come to themselves and realize what real history is.
They're really trying to makeshift history. It's crazy.
For modern audiences.
Tav is like, will they change his name to the Human Flamer? They might.
Damn, that's good. That's really good, Tav. That's good. Yeah. Yeah. I did see a commercial. That iconic comic book. Tav, you would know that goblin that comes out of the street, the very first Fantastic Four comic book cover. What is that character? I forgot. They show him. Is it Mole? No, it's not Mole Man. Look it up. The first. Okay.
I'll find something.
Yeah, Tav. I think Tav knows. Yes, the Green Monster. They showed that in the commercial. That it's in the movie. So I'm happy about that because I wanted to see that. I mean, it's the very first comic, right? Cover. I actually have, probably worth this now, but I have the NFT of that.
Oh, Giganto.
That's it.
It's let me so I can pull this up.
Yeah, there you go. Moment sends the monster. But I have the NFT for that, so I'm really excited to see if it's going to be worth, instead of 4 cents, 10 cents.
You bought an NFT for that?
There used to be an NFT craze. Remember that a year or two ago?
Yes, I do.
So there was a site that my cousin told me to go to because he bought a bunch of them. And he's like, hey, you should get this. They're going to be worth a lot of money, but you got to be lucky to get it. So the different levels of tier in terms of exclusiveness.
Yeah.
From like ultra rare to the original ones. So it's the same comic book cover of the Fantastic Four, but one will be all black and white. One of them will have one specific thing that's colored. And then the last one, which is the most regal one. Yeah. So this is the cover. So like, for example, if you want the ultra rare one, which is really hard to get, it's randomly given to you out of thousands of people trying to get it. If you get the one that's all black and white, that's ultra rare.
Interesting.
If you get the one with Human Torch colored, everything else is black and white. That's like second in the tier. And then it goes all the way to the bottom where it's just the original cover art.
I thought NFTs died out though.
It's dead. Dead in the water.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but you still have them.
Oh, it's because it lasts forever. It's digital, right?
Okay.
It doesn't expire or anything like that. So long as you have it, you have it, right?
So is the hope that this will turn into some crazy money someday down the road?
It's never gonna.
When they start jacking you in the back of the head and putting you into the web, you'd be like, look at my art collection.
And NFT at the beginning was a money laundering scheme.
Yes.
It's for people to sell art, digital art, and launder money back and forth.
Yes, I did hear about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
and then it became a thing where companies started jumping on it. Like NBA, I remember NBA releasing NFTs, and people would wake up at 6 a.m. to line up on a digital room. And it's like 35,000 people, one person will get the actual expensive one.
They show it on there. I can just screen capture and be like, I own this too now.
It says here, what does it say? We know it's dead in the water because McFarlane using them on. Yeah, when you're selling it or giving it away in toys, it's dead in the water.
Oh, dude, major game companies were doing that too. Ubisoft was doing that bullshit like crazy.
Yeah,
like
charging it a boatload.
Yeah, they were like, yeah, you can play our games for hours, possibly earn an NFT, and maybe it'll sell for something. And people were like, no, it's not. That ain't gonna be worth shit. That rubber ducky you just got, nothing. None.
I love rubber duckies. I went to Croatia. There was a store just full of rubber duckies.
Do you ever do the collection of those like themed rubber duckies that they were?
That's what I was talking about. I went to Croatia and
I
never knew this thing existed. I knew rubber duckies existed, obviously, but I didn't realize there was like a big thing about it.
Yeah.
And so they had a store. It's just filled with rubber duckies, like hundreds and hundreds of them.
We sold them at GameStop for a while. We had like Megatron and Optimus. They did some horror ones too. It was kind of neat. I was like, these are kind of cool, man.
Did you buy any?
No, I didn't. I was like, they were charging $25 for a rubber ducky, man.
What?
I ain't buying that shit.
I think it was similar. It was like $20-something at the store.
Yeah. I'm like $25. Even if you look like Optimus Prime, you're too expensive.
Hell, if you even transform back into a duck, I still won't buy it.
Yeah. I was like, if you get cheaper, maybe down the road I will, but this is too much money, man.
I just want the original rubber ducky.
Oh, the OG yellow?
OG.
Yep.
Can't beat it. Sorry.
That one in China's still floating around, eh? That big ass one they released.
Oh shit. Is it in the Pacific Ocean or something?
Somewhere. Yeah. Just a giant
just eroding and all the rubber's just plastic you see off all into the water, killing all the marine life. Yeah, but we got a rubber ducky there. Let it just spewing off the paint that they used to paint the rubber ducky.
Yep.
Yeah. It's just leaving a trail of marine life dying.
Tab, you're speaking to my childhood, man.
Pogs. Oh my god, what a waste of money that was for me.
Freaking love Pogs. The shit we would do to compete for them at school was crazy, man.
I used to do so I'm older than you, and I did the hockey card thing.
Yeah.
Where you flick it against the wall, and whoever lands closest to the wall gets all the cards.
Oh my god. Okay.
So you would have all these kids with this hockey collection with all the corners dented.
Oof. Yeah. You probably ruined like
and people were throwing like expensive hockey cards against the wall because we didn't know. We were kids. We didn't give a shit.
Of course.
So you see a Wayne Gretzky card all messed up.
The pain.
Yeah.
The pain.
And then later on you find out, you're like, oh no.
Yeah. Pogs were crazy. I had a giant ass slammer. And then my uncle took us all to school and he bought this thing that was like this thick with two like finger placements. I'm like, what is this? You're a 30-year-old man. Why are you competing against us? Take me back my Pogs, man.
Oh man, that's hilarious. That's too funny. All right, let's get into let's remove that so I can see you. Every week, so we're doing a top 5. So every week we're gonna pick a top 5 from pop culture. This week it's my turn. Well, it's not really a turn. Whoever's got one, we'll just do it. But we're gonna do one every week. We're gonna do one, a top 5. And this week it's the top 5, my top 5 in order, Keanu Reeves movies. Okay, these are subject to other people that can give their top 5 in the comments below. Definitely want to see rank them 5 to 1. Rank them, 1 being your best. I want to see that. So I'm gonna start here with number 5. Now I do have some honorable mentions. So if they're honorably mentioned, that means they're not in the top 5. So don't say whoa. The replacement replacements.
It's you educated the audience of what honorable mention is supposed to be. It's crazy.
Well, people are like, ooh.
I think the emphasis on my opinion is a big thing, but that even at that point, people tend to forget that's their opinion, not yours, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Replacements. That was a funny movie.
Ooh, I like The Replacements.
Oh,
that was a fun movie.
Yeah.
That's your number. That's your honorable mention.
Honorable mention. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Dracula.
Oh, yes. Yeah, Gary Oldman was in that movie too, wasn't he? Yeah. Yeah.
Point Break.
Point Break.
Yeah, some of these are dated. So
which one was that one? Was that the surfing movie?
It's Point Break was with Patrick Swayze.
Yeah, that was the surfer one. Okay. Yeah. Okay. It's where he was an undercover cop.
There you go.
Yeah, I slightly remember that movie.
So those are a couple of honor mentions. I'm sure I'm missing.
I would say those are pretty. Yeah, those are pretty good honorable mentions for sure.
So, and then 47 Ronin.
I've never.
It's a decent movie. It's a decent movie.
Is it? Okay, because I kind of stopped like 15 minutes in. I was like, I'm not feeling this right now.
I mean, today's world, it'll be like somewhat culturally inappropriate, but Keanu can do it. Nobody should say anything. A world riot. Okay, so here we go. In order from 5 to 1. My favorite Keanu Reeves movies. Number 5. If I can scare screen, there you go. Jabam! Speed.
That was when I first saw him.
Really? This is your first take of Keanu?
Yep.
Okay. What do you think of the movie? Do you remember it still?
I still remember it. Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. I was like, okay, we're on a bus. People are trying to survive. Sandra Bullock's hot. I get it. Okay. Like, this is where we're at with this. And then they made the second one, and I was like, that's dumb.
You go back on the bus again after what you went through? I would never step foot in a bus.
Yeah, no, I thought it was an okay movie. It was my first time seeing Keanu Reeves. I thought he was a cool dude. I was like, this is a good movie for that time. I was like maybe 8, so I didn't know any better.
There you go. Number 5 of Keanu Reeves movies. All right. Number 2.
Whoa. Went from 5 to 2.
Oh, sorry. Oh, no, number 4.
My
bad.
Smoking, man.
I know, man. It's lunchtime. I'm hungry.
That's fair.
Number 4, and it almost creeped in my top 3, almost because it was my first introduction to Keanu. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Oh man, I love this movie. I love this movie.
I remember watching that one. That was I haven't watched the latest one he did though.
It's stupid. It's stupid.
Is it? Is it not good?
It was bad.
Oh, that is.
They got their daughters involved.
No,
nothing wrong with that. It just
okay.
The story was just terrible. It was bad. It was a bad story.
They go because they went weirdly sci-fi with this movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was more fun because it related to me because I was at that time a school kid, and it related to me that they had to learn about history, so they went into history to do a presentation. It was cool because it was relatable.
Right.
You struggle to get through school, and social studies is a pain that what.
It can be boring. Hell yeah.
And so these guys made it fun to learn about history.
That's cool.
Okay. I learned about history through these guys, and I appreciate
That's cool,
them.
man.
Yeah, I appreciate them.
I learned mine through Assassin's Creed.
There you go. That's even cooler. Shut up. So number 4 was Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Number 3,
Constantine. Ah, I called it. Oh, yeah. I would say that's one of my favorites for sure of his movies.
Yeah, A Devil's Advocate was another one. Yes, as a good choice, but it was not my cup of tea, right? So, but Constantine was good, man. I'm not into these horror type of movies, right? With demons and all that stuff, but this guy made it fun.
Yeah.
Dude's holding a gold gun that's shaped of a cross and a Tommy. It's like a Tommy gun and a cross.
I do enjoy these kind of movies. I don't know why, but like Prophecy, first and second one, those movies, I don't know why. I thought they were kind of neat.
Yeah.
It's about like, growing up Hindu, it was like, okay, I don't know much about these, and I'm like, oh, angels are scary. I was like, this is terrifying. I'm like, where's Ganesh to protect me, please?
Homer's holding him.
Yeah.
So yeah, number 3 on my list, Keanu Reeves, Constantine. There is talks of reviving this and bringing Constantine 2 back.
Yes.
If he's not in it, don't bother.
There's no point. There would be no point.
I will refuse to watch it if he's not in it.
But Constantine is a DC IP,
and
so maybe
the TV show was good.
The live action one?
Yeah, TV show with the other guy with the trench coat. Remember,
that dude? That dude really did look like him from the comics, which was crazy.
Yeah.
And I thought he did a really. It just never got the love it deserved.
I think you mash both of them together, parallel universes.
That would be cool, man. That would be really cool because Constantine is a British dude and he played an Americanized version of Constantine, which was fine. I still thought it was really dope, but the TV version one, I just felt like didn't get the chance it deserved, man.
Yeah. So number 3 on my list here. Number 2 on the list.
The Matrix.
Hey, you shut your pie hole.
I'm just guessing. Yeah.
The Matrix.
There we go.
Should I do the little lean back?
I might break my back.
Lean back. I mean, how do you not have this?
Yeah.
In your top 3?
I would think I would put that at my number 1. I think that would be my number 1.
You know what? And I wouldn't argue with that at all.
Yeah.
I think at this point, it just comes down to preference.
Yes, absolutely.
Because they're so iconic. No one will argue with that.
No.
Right? And this movie changed cinema and CGI world of what you could do.
Yeah.
Or the potential of what you could do. And it catapulted him to stardom, like top tier stardom.
It pushed him above the line.
Like there's stars and then there's stardom, and he's up there.
He hit that with this movie. Yeah. Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely. I agree. This was a game changer for me when it came out. Like you said, like nothing like this has been done before. And when they did like the slow, like
with the bullets flying, right?
Yes, with the slow time events doing their thing, and like him bending backwards and doing the dodge stuff,
and the camera's panning all around him and stuff.
Yeah,
it was like we've never seen anything like that.
It was iconic. It still is an iconic moment in the industry today, and like just plugging in, and this is the world now. I was like, okay, they really took it to another level, man.
Mr. Anderson. Just seeing that. Yeah, people used to use leather coats because they like the growth for the Matrix.
That's true. Yeah.
Hey, in New York, they use leather coats to sell you watches, okay?
And other contraband.
Yes. And other things.
Yeah.
What do you think about that recent remake?
I stopped watching that one too 15 minutes in.
Dude, that was hot garbage.
Yeah.
That was hot garbage. They did that whole agenda thing, flipped it on a script.
Yep.
And pissed off a lot of people.
Yep. I was like, I couldn't finish it. I couldn't even get like into it. So
I was warned
I stopped
ahead of time that that's what the storyline was, and I didn't even watch it.
Yeah.
I can't watch it.
Good for you. I think you made the right choice there.
And you know what? After I made the choice of not watching it, so many people came to me and said, this was such a disappointment. After waiting so long to see, a prequel or a sequel, this is what we get.
Mm-hmm. I've heard. Ghost Matrix 4 had really good 15 minutes. They went downhill full speed.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
You're rubbing off on him.
Then he must be slightly tanned. right, number one. Was there even a doubt when I watched this? I just lost my mind. John Wick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chef's
those
kiss.
that
Chef's kiss.
absolutely.
One of the greatest IPs in terms of action.
This movie resonated with a lot of dog owners.
Oh man, I cried.
Yeah. A lot of dog owners were like, "Yep, I would have done the same thing." Absolutely. 100%.
You mess with my dog right now?
You're done.
You
You're done,
bet
son.
yourself. Yeah, you bet yourself.
You're going to get John Wicked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm coming.
I like your picks, man. I would say the top 3 that you have would be my top 3 for sure as well.
It was hard to like sort of pick between the two, the last two here, because of how important these two are for cinema. Because
Absolutely.
John Wick brings back action with no BS.
Yeah, they also changed the action genre with this movie. Like
the cinematography, the angles, all of it.
Yeah, the gun fu was exceptional in this movie, and I don't think we've seen anything like that in previous movies before. So this was a first, and it carried it. And now you're starting to see it in a lot of other movies now.
Taz says you forgot Keanu Reeves' Sweet November. No, I didn't. I don't remember it.
What wasn't that another movie with Sandra Bullock that he did?
Yeah, no thanks. I'm not interested in that. Get that Sweet November out of here. But John Wick changed the landscape. They made is it Lionsgate? I think it is.
I think so. Yeah,
they made so much money off this movie.
It's crazy that he was in 2 movies that changed cinema. That's I like.
No, I wouldn't say changed. I would say a title shift.
Okay.
A title shift in what can be done, what the possibilities are.
Interesting.
I think that's what it is.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it's the way you can do movies, and they did something so different and what's the word I'm looking for? So different, but shocking, and they took a risk. That's the word. They took a risk, and it worked because nobody saw this movie coming or The Matrix coming.
Right.
It wasn't behind a legendary best-selling New York Times book or an old IP that was popular and they're resurrecting it. This is brand new, fresh IP. They took a massive risks on, never been done. The story has been totally different and unique and refreshing, and they hit it.
Mm-hmm.
Both Matrix and John Wick have made billions of dollars.
And rightfully so, man. Rightfully so.
Yeah. So much that they had not a sequel, not a trilogy. They had 4. And 5 is on its way for John Wick.
Yeah. It went from being a quart trilogy to now a quad trilogy, right?
Not to mention that Matrix also had animation.
The Animatrix was a very interesting style of short animated films. I thought it was pretty cool. Different.
Yeah.
Completely different, but really cool. I think my favorite one in that one was like The Sprinter.
He said Sweet November is like a prequel to John Wick. Okay. That's a good
Charlie Theron. Okay. Who has girl cancer. Girl.
Anyways,
Oh my God, dude. Okay.
So I know I want to talk about Ballerina for a second here. This is how big John Wick is now, that they try to use him to spun off the Ballerina movie, and it bombed because people see through it. People are like, nope. They did so many reshoots because they had to bring him into the fold to do Ballerina, to make Ballerina worth even going to the theaters for.
It's a little disappointing. So they didn't really believe that Ballerina could have carried on.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you don't believe in your IP and you need Keanu to go in there to get you to get butts in the seats, that means you have a failure in your hands.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It's a little sad for that actress too, because I've heard she's done some pretty good work.
But here's the thing: as good as she is, it's not believable for me to see her, who's like 120 pounds, flip a guy who's 6'4" over her shoulders, or punch him so hard that he gets knocked out. She's gonna break her arm by punching him in his face. Okay, jiu-jitsu's a thing, but so is physics. That's why they have every time someone's like, "Oh, it can be done," I'm like, why does UFC have weight classes then?
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Why if it's a thing and anyone could do it, then why do they have weight classes? Because if you take a featherweight against a heavyweight, and the heavyweight just sits on them, they're not getting up.
Like Conor McGregor versus John Jones.
If the guy's 50 pounds more than you and he sits on you, good luck getting up.
Yeah.
Or if they have a bigger reach and bigger frame, more muscles, and they punch you in the face, you're gonna die.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It just boggles the mind when people don't put that into factor at all. Oh, it's movies. Yeah, but you have to have some level of believability in there, especially if it's a grounded TV show or movie.
Like if she is getting punched in the face by like a 200-pound dude, like her face should be
her skull's broken.
Yeah, it should be collapsing in on itself at that point.
It's just The Last of Us, where she's fighting that guy. Yeah, like, you should have punched harder. Yeah, if you punch harder, you're gonna die. You're 5'4".
What did that say?
Tab says Ballerina needed to lose at least 2 to get the superheroes back. No, but if she's using, let's say she's a sniper, she's using the cloak of darkness and stealth to kill people, I'm all in.
That would make more sense.
It makes sense.
Absolutely.
What's that?
It
can be done, but it has to be done in a different way than John Wick.
Yeah.
You can't have brute force all the time. You have to have tactical, workarounds.
A little bit more espionage, I think.
More stealthy.
Yeah.
Right? It can be done. But when you have one-on-one combat, okay.
Like you struggling. She should be struggling at that point.
At no point she should ever be one-on-one combat ever.
Yeah. Especially if you've got like the same kind of tactical training, that dude's gonna he's gonna take you out. Yeah.
Guns, and more guns all day long.
So he was in quite a bit of the movie then, eh?
Yeah.
Hey, you ain't wrong, man.
I'm not denying any of that either. I said it from the beginning. One dead dog give you gun fu. 2 dead dogs give you strength. 3 dogs gives you, all informant played by fat. Oh man,
this man's describing an RPG right now.
Anyways, that is my top 5.
I
next
like
week,
it.
We'll do another top 5. We'll pick a topic. Either me or Sheldon will do another top 5 of something. So we'll do one every week on our show. Oh, that was good.
I'm a little sad that Devil's Advocate wasn't in there, but it is what it is.
It's an honorable mention. Come on, how can I replace that with Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure? I just can't. It's my childhood. Right?
That's fair.
And then the other one was Speed. Speed is iconic. It's stupid but iconic.
Yes,
right?
I agree. Keep the speed limit above 60 or above. Or is it 45? I can't remember now.
That's it. If I was in the movie, I'd be all into her beating me up.
Full mount. Yep.
You got me.
We'd be just like, oh, you mounted me. Just, keep going. Just keep going.
Just keep going. What are you, Dory from Nemo?
Oh, God.
Oh, shit. All right. Our topic of the evening is... So X-Men have found their director. From Screen Rant here, we got the article as reportedly finds his director after 6 years. How many
That's
people
crazy.
said no to this? Probably.
I mean, the X-Men is a pretty big IP. It's a lot to tackle. And I mean, I feel like no character in the X-Men really is a side character, realistically. You got to find somebody that can balance out how to share their screen time and make them all feel important and a part of the team, not just a side character.
Director Jake Sher, I'm gonna butcher this name so badly. Scherer. He just did
Schreier?
Yeah, is it Schreier? Schreier. There you go. Jake Schreier.
Okay.
Known for his movie The Thunderbolts. I haven't seen this. Have you?
I did watch the Thunderbolts.
What's your thoughts on it?
I thought it was a decent movie. It was much better than the garbage that they've been putting out. Honestly. Now, with Thunderbolts, it really
no
was
spoilers though. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the movie was about depression, but I will say with how he presented every single character, I'm talking about like Florence Pugh's character bringing Bucky back into the limelight, the fake new Captain America, and whoever that new girl was, I can't remember what her name is now. He did a really good job in presenting each of the characters, the issues that they were going through, and how they got through them. Like they had a good enough screen time to make it feel like they were relevant in the movies.
It's not like a big ad for Zanuka, is it?
No, thankfully not.
Okay.
Thankfully not.
Just asking.
No, but I think he did a good job in portraying each of them and especially bringing Bucky back into the limelight and making him important.
Yeah.
Making him like that dude should have been Captain America. And this movie kind of proved
I know. But
compared to like
Hollywood, right? They gotta have diversity.
I understandable. I get that, but he really brought, like, the way he portrayed Bucky showed that he could have been the leader of the Avengers. That he should have been the leader, not Falcon.
But Sheldon, in the comics, they had him as Captain America.
Well, I mean, they had both of them as Captain America.
But Sheldon.
Yes, my child.
We need diversity.
Sure. Eventually, somewhere down the road.
You gotta do better.
We will once he takes over.
Yeah.
That's when it'll be better.
Cowabunga Dude says X-Men has to be good, or Robert Downey Jr. will have to play every Marvel character. Oh yes. Please let the new X-Men director be the same one from the Dark Phoenix. Oh God, no.
Nope.
I couldn't even watch that movie. I swear. I tried watching it, and in the first 20 minutes, I turned it off. I saw some clips. Bad.
Yeah, I saw some clips, and I was like,
it was so bad. I'm like, I can't watch this.
Yeah.
I'd rather go do chores.
I'd rather go do chores. Do something productive with it.
Yes, I went and cut the grass. I remember that day. It was hot.
Yeah.
Not a lemonade stand to be found. Damn it. Kids these days, man.
Mm-hmm.
Have a lemonade stand. Tav, Cowabunga Dude, do you ever see lemonade stands in your neighborhood during the summer?
Dude, I saw one recently.
What?
Yeah, it was crazy.
You lie.
Not only were they selling lemonade, but they were selling cupcakes and shit too.
Why did you call me? I would have drove there.
I was like, is this real? I'm like, how much?
Yo, I would have like shut that place down and bought everything.
It was like $3 for a lemonade and $5 for a cupcake. I'm like, you're not Starbucks. I'm leaving.
I'm leaving. What? Oh, you guys are lucky. We don't have that in my neighborhood. I have a park here and everything. No kid is selling anything. All they're doing is vandalizing our neighborhood. That's all they're doing.
Yeah, see?
Yes,
I just saw lemonade. It's crazy what they think they can charge for lemonade, man. It's insane. I'm like, there's no gold in your lemonade.
Come on, support the children.
Man, if it was like
they need their Pokemon cards.
Oh shit! You know what? That's they're bringing it. They're
upping their game every time. They're investing for their future.
Yeah.
They're using the money from here to leverage for.
They corrected for
cards.
inflation because Pokemon cards went up in price.
Yes, there you go.
Oh my god! Oh shit!
$5
I can get a gallon. Yes, you can. Oh my god!
Oh my god! You
Oh,
guys
they
are
probably
so
bought
cold.
it from the
You
market.
guys are
for
so
$5
cold,
and
man.
started
I
selling
swear.
it for $5 a piece, man.
All of you guys are so cold. A gallon.
Oh shit!
Jeez, oh my god, you guys are so
They
cold.
broke. Oh, I was not expecting this, but this was great.
You got the ice cream man up there in America's hat. I saw the ice cream guy drive by. Was it last week? He drove.
That's amazing.
By.
I didn't think they still existed.
Not a kid went up to him because the ice cream man is selling for like $7 for a popsicle.
That's Pokemon card money, dude.
I mean, I understand he has an overhead. He has a fridge to pay for, gas to pay for in his truck.
Yep.
But still, like, dude, like, read the room. No one's buying your ice cream. I'm sorry.
Now, if he pulled up with
and an
Pokemon
event,
cards
outdoor
in his
event,
truck,
then yes.
He'd be making so much more money.
If he pulled up what?
Pulled up with Pokemon cards in his ice cream truck.
Oh God.
He'd be making
Stop. Stop. When I went to Japan, there was like so many stores dedicated to Pokemon.
It's big, man.
And they would have like glass shelves with like rare cards already like in individual casings. And it'd be like literally hundreds of them.
That's crazy.
And it's just jam-packed. And I'm walking by, I'm like, God, you're such losers. And then I'm holding a bag of figures in my hand.
Shit.
But you guys are such losers. I said it to everyone. Well, they didn't understand me. I wasn't speaking Japanese. Oh, a stupid American. Say something. No, I'm not American. I'm Canadian. Doesn't matter.
That's worse.
Yeah.
That's worse that you're Canadian.
You're stupid. Get out. Oh my God. Any anime that's surprised that was
popular in Japan?
Oh.
Do you mean like were they advertising anything big in Japan? Oh, okay. I get
what were they advertising? I think Sakamoto Day was pretty big. I did see a lot of that. There's some anime I saw like Solo Leveling. I think that's what it's called. Yeah.
Yeah.
D's gonna kill me. He's like, shut up. That's what it's called. Kaiju
number 8. Yeah, because that's popping. That's coming out next month. At the end of the month.
That's relatively quick in anime world, right? From what I gather, usually takes years.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, so I did see a trickle of here and there, stuff like that. And then you have Gundam, and then you have like Pokemon. Obviously, you have the big boys always there. Dragon Balls. I've seen lots of Dragon Ball.
Bandai is doing a big push on Gundam. They because I think in their last earnings quarter, like for 2024, they said Gundam was their #1 IP, beating out Dragon Ball and One Piece.
Dude, I was watching this video. You know how they do street videos of places around the world? They just walk around streets and show stores and stuff.
Yeah.
So there's one for Japan. And literally, it's the same street that I walked in Osaka. And on the left side across the street is a giant Gundam store that I missed. I'm like, this street looks familiar. And then I walk, looking through the video. I'm like, and then he pans to the other side of the street and the giant Gundam store. I'm like, how did I miss that?
Well, did you hear about that? They opened up a museum for Gundam,
and
that people can make their own Gundams.
Yeah,
from scratch. And if it does well, if they really like it, they'll sell it as a mass-produced version.
Yo, I'd kill it there. It'd just be rocket launchers and everything. I'd kill it there. It'd be
That's
awesome. Good
stuff.
So going back to this, I don't know how we went from lemonade stands to that. So the X-Men has to be done right. You cannot falter in this. You have to make sure you appease the fans first. And when I mean fans, I mean the core audience.
But Elvin, Denzel Washington might be playing Magneto.
No, you shut up.
There's a real possibility.
No,
him playing a Jew, he'll be an American slave that escaped.
Oh my God. I don't want to see this.
That's a very real possibility, man.
On the video when Elvin passed the Gundam store, you could see the reflection of him telling him to go back parallel time. Hello, darkness, my friend. I need to go back. Oh God,
it was good times, huh?
I've been pushing. It's because of my kids, man. They weren't around. I'd enjoy life so much more.
Holy shit. They'll watch this in the future when they're older and be like, you know, Dad is a great dude, and I'm gonna play that video, and they'll be like,
he's such a bastard.
Shit. I didn't know that's how he felt about us.
What a bastard guy.
But yeah, no, you're right. You're right. They need to do X-Men right. If they fumble X-Men, I think it's gonna be over for Marvel. I honestly I think they would need to pause on what they're doing, hold off for a few years, go back to the drawing board, and then do something again. The X-Men is important.
The other thing I don't want to see is how, you know, when we had what's her name as Mystique and she became the leader.
Jennifer Lawrence?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree, man.
Get out of here with that garbage.
That Mystique is not a leader like that. It's bullshit. That's bullshit. I didn't like that either. I was like, Magneto's in charge of all this. Charles Xavier's the head of all this. You're just an espionage weapon.
Yeah. A very good one.
Yeah. I'm like, this is not okay. I really hope they don't do that kind of bullshit. Like, I can see them doing that possibly with like Storm or Jean Grey down the road, because technically when Cyclops is out of commission, Storm is next in line to do the leadership thing. And then Jean is a bit too emotional. Storm is just like, let's get shit done because we got to go do stuff, you know. But you're right, and they need to step away from this like Wolverine's the fucking man. I love Wolverine, but there's enough of him.
Yeah,
he is not the be all end all of X-Men.
Wolverine could be off to the corner there, and everyone will still be excited.
Yeah, absolutely.
He opens his claws up a couple of times, says "bub." People will be like, "That's good enough. I'm good. I'm happy right here."
Yep, absolutely.
Just make sure that everybody gets their day in the sun, and make sure the leader are the leaders. Which
don't make Cyclops a bitch
versus Magneto, right?
Yeah. Like Cyclops was one of my favorite characters in the X-Men. I actually liked him more than I did Wolverine. And when they did the movies, I was like, okay, first one, not so bad. And then they just started pushing him off to the side, and it became all about Wolverine.
Well, the third one that he was dead in the first minute.
Yeah. I was like, okay, well, that doesn't make any sense because Logan wasn't the one to bring her back.
Yeah, there you go. See, there's never too much Wolverine. You can, if you're not doing Wolverine right, like he's a home run just by showing up.
Yes.
Right? If you can't even get that right, you're in trouble.
Yep.
You are in big trouble going down the route. Like you're in a lot of hurt. Because he's one of those shoe in characters, like 100%. Just keep it the same as the comics, very similar, and you'll have no issues, right?
Yeah, I agree.
So, you know, you got to have Storm in there, and you got to have Rogue, you got to have Gambit, you got to have the core team there.
Okay, I'm not up to date on comics, but when did Cyclops become a villain?
Yeah, I'm not. I don't know. Maybe he's saying this is a villain because he's in the show. But we're not going to get to that point. We're way. I don't think we'll ever get to that point. Yeah, too far.
That's fair. Yeah.
And
I want costume accurate, not some black leather bullshit.
Yeah, that was just so stupid.
I want my yellow spandex. I want the blue spandex.
It doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to be close.
Yes.
Like look at that Wolverine and Deadpool and Wolverine. Good enough.
Yes,
I'm happy.
Absolutely.
You got the cowl. I'm good enough.
Yeah. And I'm not looking to get like full cap Cyclops. You can have him with like the hair sticking out like an X-Men 97. You know? Storm needs to be hot. If she's not, I'm not watching it.
Well, they're going to sign that lead from Wicked.
I don't want them to. I'm not watching if she's in it.
No offense to her, but sorry, you're not Storm.
No, she's not.
You can get a wig all you want.
Yep. It's not the same.
Yeah, sorry.
Not the same. Same with Rogue.
You know who suggested it to me? Would be a good Storm is that female character in the Jurassic Park movie, the last one. She was a pilot.
The one with Chris Pratt in it?
Yeah, she was the pilot.
I didn't see that movie.
I'll
go back and take a look.
I'll pull it up while you talk more here.
Okay. Yeah, Rogue needs to be on point too. Some people were suggesting Hilary Duff.
DeWanda Wise. Let me pull it up here.
DeWanda Wise.
Here, I'll pull it up.
So Hilary Duff's got the thickness of Rogue going on right now. People are all like, she'd be good. She'd be a good fit.
Let's put it up to tab. There we go.
I think it's Jurassic World movie, the one they fight locusts. I don't know, man.
I think she'd be a good.
Storm. Her. Yeah. Okay.
Perfect Storm right there.
Yeah, I agree. Okay.
Give her white long hair.
Yep.
Can't argue.
Yeah, you know what? I could see it. 100%. Give her the black costume.
When I saw that, I think it was on Reddit or something. I saw it. I'm like, that's it right here. This is it. Home run. You gotta have some good-looking comic, close to accuracy beauties.
Yeah,
you gotta have that. Man. And I'm not talking about females only, men too. Like, you gotta have the chops. Sorry, that's the way it is.
Yep. Yo, I agree with Cowabunga, dude. Give her the mohawk.
Hey, the mohawk I'm okay with that because you can't argue that.
No. Yeah, I also don't want this being like a cast of like people that have won some crazy ass awards or that have been way too many movies. Like, bring in people that are kind of on the lower docket that's been kind of working their way up, that are unknown but have a good resume of skills.
Yeah.
Because then we're getting a fresh new X-Men. Nobody knows anybody. It's going to be a nice collaborative work of things put together.
See, anyone who says that they don't have to look like the comic book counterparts, okay, then should Professor Xavier have a mullet then? Why can't we have people that look like the comics? Why is that such a big thing?
Right?
Why does it have to be a negative thing that we want to cast people that look close to the comic characters?
Oh, but Elvin, it's not realistic.
Oh God, she's real. There's no CGI here.
It's too unrealistic. Nobody is ever that pretty.
She's too pretty. She's not allowed to be in movies.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. She got lucky in this one.
Yeah. We need somebody with real ancestral roots to Africa.
Good luck trying to find that good luck trying to find that in Hollywood.
Yeah. Right? Maybe they'll get Michael B. Jordan to play Storm.
Cyclops, don't you? He's Cyclops, don't you know? He's Cyclops. Yeah, I just think when you like this director, I'm not sold on yet because he's just done Thunderbolts. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm not sold on this guy.
I think with your taste, you'd be like, it was an okay movie. I think you'd say that. Okay. I don't think you'd say it was the most terrible thing. I think you'd end up saying it was okay.
What also worries me is why did it take 6 years to find somebody? Is it that's how many people were like, nope, not after they sat down and said, no, I don't want to do it this way. It looks like behind the scenes there's a lot of clashing going on.
Or maybe they were trying, like Kevin Feige was wanting to push some sort of thing with it, and they were like, I don't think we can make this work. Those directors that they were interviewing, they were probably like, I don't think we can make your vision come true. Because X-Men's got a lot of stuff going on.
It's very complex too.
Yes. I've never read the comics, but just watching the X-Men 97 animated series back in the day, there was a lot of things they touched on, which kind of portrayed to real life, but it wasn't like the be all end all. And it wasn't it wasn't 100% propaganda. You know, it was like, we are going to overcome and we just want to be what everybody else is.
I think it's also important to start slow with the X-Men, not throw 5 different villains in the mix right away.
Yeah.
Let it breathe slowly, grow it, because it's such a. If you look at all the IPs of Marvel, all the families or groups of teams, this is arguably the most popular one.
Mm-hmm.
Right? This before Avengers was created, X-Men was there.
Yes.
And I'm not talking about the timeline. I'm talking about in terms of movies.
Yes.
Fox had a choice from all the characters and groups to pick from. They picked the X-Men. They bought the rights to the X-Men from Marvel. Why? Because it was the most popular show.
Yes.
The cartoons, it's the X-Men. Jim Lee's X-Men animation we watch in the mornings.
Yeah.
That song, the intro song, is a massive hit.
Yeah. They just happened to do the movies at a time when people wanted more realism out of their movies.
Yeah.
And not like crazy colored costumes. Which makes sense for the time that that it aired in.
I think you could have fudged in some colors.
They could have. I mean, DC was.
You could have done the brown suit Wolverine instead of a yellow one.
Ooh, yeah. You know what? Oh, that's a good point. Brown suit Wolverine would have probably fit in there really well. Yeah. That's a fair point.
I think they were just not. There's ego there involved as well. There's directors and producers with ego saying, hey, I want to do it my way because I think I can do it better.
I mean, we still get that nowadays, though.
Oh, of course we do.
I think it's even worse now than what it was before.
And majority of the time, it flops.
Yeah.
Because the source material is right there, and the fan base is used to the source material, and then you go and change it up, and the fans like, what the hell, man?
Yeah.
Why did I even bother reading this?
Yeah, that's a good point.
You know, go take a look at Sword of Shannara on MTV that bombed because the budget was cheap and they changed the structure.
Sorry, what show?
Sword of Shannara. It's a 9 or 10 book series that I've read a couple of them already. Sword of Shannara. It was on MTV a few years ago and it was so cheaply done. It was worse than CW.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was bad. It had a good story, but they just chopped the block. And then you had the Amazon one here with Wheel of Time.
Right.
They changed the story.
People really did not like it.
People are pissed.
Yep.
And they're like, well, why is it getting canceled? You guys are all bigots. You don't want to see more women in TV shows.
They really don't like when a show fails. And
when the show starts failing, they point fingers at the audience.
Automatically, it's either racist, sexist, or some sort of
ism. You're a terrible audience.
Yeah, it's some sort of ism that they like drop on people, and it's like, no, man, the show just sucks.
You never ever see somebody come out as an actor or a director come out and say we screwed up.
No, don't blame the audience for it.
Didn't listen to our audience. We didn't listen to the core fan base. We didn't do right by them. But they never do that. They always will point at you, say, you don't like change. You don't like modern takes on life. You don't like females or you don't like diversity. You're a bigot, blah, blah, blah. The list goes on and on. Racism, you name it, it's all there. It's on a giant pod or in a giant hat, they just pick one out and give it to you. That's all it is. And continue doing that because you're going to lose the millions, not us.
It's okay. You know why? Because eventually we're going to get Black Panther as a white dude because that's what they did in the comics.
Yes.
And it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
It's going to be Ryan Gosling for Black Panther, white guy, #1.
Man, it's like, take that. You know, whoever did that, it's awesome. They're like, take that. Here you go.
Yeah.
You like change, huh? You like change.
Let's do it up. Let's see what
Let's do change.
So much controversy.
Yes,
people were pissed. It was hilarious just reading all the comments.
But why?
Man.
I will ask people, why are you getting pissed?
Yeah.
Why are you getting pissed? Do you want to change? You want
diversity?
Let's get more white people in Africa. Let's go.
Yeah. White people exist in Africa.
Yeah. Let's get more of them in there.
Yeah.
There you go. Wakanda needs more white people.
The bastard child of T'Challa came to challenge his rule. It's like, you oppressed my people.
Yeah. It's only acceptable when it's on their terms.
Yeah.
Right? That's what it is. It's only acceptable then. I'm optimistic about X-Men. White Conda.
Yo, that was wild.
That's sick. Insane. Damn, Tab, you're on fire today, man. That's sick. White Conda.
Oh, damn. Okay.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. I think you should watch Thunderbolts and see how
I definitely will. I'll definitely check it out.
Because then
I'll have some time in a few weeks.
Yeah, that might give you an idea. Maybe he won't butcher this movie.
I'm hoping it releases soon on streaming platforms.
Yeah, I think it will. I
it's
think
in
Thunderbolts have done
July,
their
I
time.
think. Yeah,
They made their
July.
money, so
Yeah, definitely.
we'll see some things. Yeah.
In terms of what the first villain is going to be, who do you want the first villain to be? Magneto?
I think they would have to, because if you just introduce like the Morlocks right away, people are gonna be like, "Who the hell are they?"
No, you can't go Morlock. That's too niche. You need to do. I think you need to do Magneto, in my opinion.
Although Sentinels wouldn't be too bad either, you know. And I wouldn't want a movie where like we're just introducing the X-Men, like the origins of how they like. But at this point, they should already be established. We don't.
I don't mind Sentinels. I think what you could do is you could have Sentinel as your, but they've already done Sentinels so multiple times already. You know what I think they should do? I think they should do maybe Genosha.
Ooh, just go hard right away.
Like mutants in encampment. Yeah.
And just wipe out Genosha? Or wait, are you talking like an established Genosha where the mutants have inhabited the island? Or
no. Where they're being sent to as in prison.
Oh.
Make it dark right off the bat.
That would be crispy. That would be crispy. Because that would hit on a lot of different levels, I think.
I think it's gonna be hard because I feel bad for the director because they've got to get the Reavers. Yeah, that's a good one. It's a possibility. I feel bad for the director because I think that he's gonna get criticized quite a bit if he doesn't get this movie right.
Yeah.
Because this is the first time they're integrating this into the MCU.
Mm-hmm.
What I mean by that is the actual X-Men team, not Wolverine, right?
Right.
Putting this into
they tried to do that with the Inhumans, and that did not go well at all.
No. And mutants in the MCU don't exist.
Not yet.
Well, the term mutants.
Yeah.
Because Fox owned the rights to that, and now they have it.
Yeah.
So this is the first time. So Weapon X, all the stuff is getting introduced, like bleeding out now. They're actually gonna say the word mutant, things like that. Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be tough. I don't know how they're going to start off slow because it's such a big thing. It's a big IP. It's such a mess to go and start off in the middle of all of this because you already have the Avengers. You have Fantastic Four now, right? You have Thunderbolt groups now.
Yep.
You have such an array of characters in this universe. It's going to depend on how Doomsday and the Secret Wars ends, how it concludes. Because you're going to see, they've already mentioned that Cyclops will be in one of these movies. There's going to be some cross-universal fight.
Right?
X-Men will be involved in some capacity, the old X-Men.
I would like to see the old X-Men fight against the old Avengers that we just had.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
You're going to see that. And then you're also going to see Thor in his final journey because Chris Hemsworth is hanging it up after this big couple of big movies here.
I hope they do it. I hope they do him right and let him become King Thor of Asgard, and not just like float into the wind because that
a fart in the wind.
Yeah, man. I've had enough of that bullshit. Like, give us the endings we want for these guys. King Thor should be a goddamn thing. And if it isn't, then they suck.
I hope that they don't remove the character because we need Thor. We need Thor to go on.
Yeah.
He's a god. We need find somebody. I don't care. I know it's not easy to find a replacement, but you have to.
Just get his brother. They kind of look alike.
There you go.
Yeah.
His brother. He needs
their acting skills are pretty much on par with what they are. So
The Witcher's gonna suck anyway, so don't worry about it. He needs a job.
He needs a job. That was messed up.
But 6 years, they finally got the director. Let's see what happens. I'm excited, but I'm worried too, of course. I hate that feeling where you're apprehensive about things.
I think I'm a little bit more optimistic. on my side. After seeing what he did with the Thunderbolts, I'm like, he could do it right and give everybody the limelight that they deserve.
That says, with so much MCU lore, it would make sense for them to create a new universe, start over, including mutants, and Robert Downey Jr. play most Marvel characters: Doctor Doom, Black Panther, Uncle Ben, Aunt May, blah blah blah.
I agree. He can do it all.
Yeah,
he can do it all.
We did it all today. We did a lot. We talked about a lot of movies, a lot of things going on in Hollywood. We did our top 5. We will be back next week to do it all over again.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have another top 5. Stay tuned for that. We'll decide. We'll let you know at the beginning of the show what it is, and then reveal it towards the end. We'll have our anchoring topic, such as the X-Men this week. We'll have one next week. And, of course, we'll go around the Hollywood horn and talk about all kinds of disasters, surprises, and things coming down the pipeline. Squid Games will be out by next week, so we'll talk a little bit of that.
I'd be down for that.
Okay, so it's going to be a little bit spoiler-ish, and we'll warn you guys when we're going to get into that topic on next week. So try to watch it, try to finish it and binge it. I think what it's going to be 5-6 episodes. I think it is. So
I'm hoping so.
Yeah. So see if you guys can watch it. If not, maybe wait till we'll maybe talk about it towards the end. Yeah. So it gives you guys time to maybe tune out and come back in.
Maybe we give it a week before we talk about it.
You want to do that?
Yeah, this will give.
Let it burn for a week.
Yeah, I think that'll give people a chance to really soak it in and actually watch it.
Okay.
And if you haven't by then, well, too bad.
You're screwed. Yeah. Watch out for a review for Superman and for Fantastic Four. We're gonna do that. A spoiler-free review, so you're not gonna get spoiled. And get out to your theaters and support these big movies. And if you want to, Jurassic Park's around the corner. I haven't got tickets yet. My wife wants to see it, so I don't know if I'm gonna get tickets. I only want to sit in good seats. I don't want to sit in the corner somewhere. Superman. So, sorry.
What? No, I'm just subliminally advertising Superman.
ASMR. All right, everybody, have a good weekend, or what's left of it. We will see you guys next week. Don't forget Popcorn Chicken on Tuesday nights. Me and D are back at it, and the world famous dad joke that you all love. So make sure you support us. Hit the like button. Tell your friends and family, uncles, aunts, everybody out there, and hit the subscribe button if you're new here. Welcome aboard, and let's have some fun together. So with that, we are out. Sheldon, we gone.
Later.
Peace.